Hi, you all. Happy week 20 of NTI. I hope you all had a great 3-day weekend. Yesterday was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we're going to be studying him in reading today. So, as you know, there was no school yesterday due to the federal holiday. The only thing that you have under Monday is your morning work. So for Meaningful Monday, you're going to be looking at the words candidates, activists, and segregation. So you're going to read the paragraphs and use the context clues, the clues in the text, to figure out the meaning. If you're having trouble figuring out the meaning in the text, remember you can go to Tools and Dictionary, and you can type the word in the dictionary and look up the definition. After you've done those, you have synonyms or antonyms. So look at the two words, decide if they are the same or if they are opposites. If they are the same or nearly the same, they are synonyms. And if they are opposites, they are antonyms. For Multiplication Monday, you have a word problem. Read the word problem and write the equation and the answer in the text box. You have a true or false. You are deciding if 8 times 5, the product or the answer to that equation, is the same as 4 times 5 added together. So 4 times 5 plus 4 times 5, if it gives you the same answer as 8 times 5, you're going to put true. If the answers are not the same, you are going to put false. For the mittens, you have these circles over here. You're going to drag and drop the circles to circle 2 pairs or 2 mittens, which is a pair of mittens. Once you have circled all of the pairs, you're going to count how many pairs you have. Put that number next to the word pairs. And if you have any single mittens, you're going to count the number of single mittens you have and put leftover. So you might have like 5 pairs and 1 leftover, or you might just have 6 pairs and 0 leftover. Okay, for reading this week, like I said, we're going to be studying Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He's even in our Text Structure Tuesday. So you're going to be reading the paragraph about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And then the first question is talking about author's point of view. So it is what the author thinks. Based on what you've read, what do you think the author thinks? And you're going to choose the best answer. And then what does the word boycott mean? So in the paragraph, they have the word boycott. And then after the sentence with the word boycott in it, there's a sentence that describes what a boycott is. So you're going to try to determine the meaning from the paragraph. However, if you're having trouble, remember you can go to Tools and Dictionary and look up the definition for the word. For Base 10 Tuesday, you are going to be putting the number in word form. So exactly how you would say the number is how you write the number. Then for the line plot over here, or I guess it's just a number line with points on it, you are going to plot points on the number line to represent all whole numbers that round to 600 when rounded to the nearest 100, and 550 when rounded to the nearest 10. So not all of these numbers round up to 600 or up to 550. Only some of them do. So I will tell you, look at the numbers between 540 and 550. Some of these numbers round up to 550. Remember to look in the ones place. If the ones place is 5 or more, then it rounds to the next 10. Now, for the ones that round to 600, you're looking at the tens place. So of these ones, the tens place has to be larger than 5 to round up to the next 100. You're going to use these blue points to mark on the line which numbers round. Remember that you count up by 1. So if this one is 540, then this one's 541, 542, 543, and so on. They didn't number them all because it would be really busy looking. So just remember to count up by 1 each time. Okay, as I said a couple times in reading, we are focusing on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And we are going to do that by looking at paired passages. Paired passages are 2 passages on the same subject, but they are 2 different genres. They're 2 different types of reading. One of them is going to be a poem, or one of them is poetry. The other one is nonfiction. So poetry is written in stanzas, may or may not have rhyme, and it's written in lines. Nonfiction, true facts, includes text features such as bold words and headings. Now, as you read, think about how the passages are alike and different. Before you read, for some really good background knowledge and to see Dr. Martin Luther King speak, you actually get to hear some of the clips from his speeches and see photographs of his life. I really recommend you watch this video. It's really powerful to hear his voice. Okay, so on the next slide, you have those paired passages. A Man Named Martin is the poem, and the biography of Martin Luther King Jr. is the nonfiction text. So you're going to read both of them, and you're going to think to yourself, what is the same about these two? What have I learned about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? What was different? It can be just how it's organized differently. It could be that they include different information. But the purpose is to find a connection between these 2 pieces of writing. When you're reading the poem, be sure to pay attention to the punctuation, pause at the commas, stop at the periods, so that way you get the rhythm. For the nonfiction piece, make sure to read the text features, the fast facts, and the glossary, as well as the text itself. Then, after you've read both of the stories and you have a clear understanding, you're going to check your understanding. Hopefully you have a clear understanding when you check your understanding. You're going to read the questions. There are 10 of them, and read all of the answer choices. You can go back to the stories and check to find out which answers are correct. You do not have to do it from memory. And then you're going to drag and drop the blue circle around the correct letter, the correct answer choice. Okay? Once you have finished that, that is everything that you have for reading. I hope that you learn a lot about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the reason behind the federal holiday we celebrated yesterday. And I hope you all have a great Tuesday.